New video time! Guys, I am Yard Offside FM, and it is very nice to see you again. This is episode 3 of The Triumph, my Football Manager 2017 Let's Play series as Hell's Teeth FC in the Tuvaluan A-Division. Welcome back for episode 3 of this series, guys. I'm having a blast so far. We have had some mixed results on and off the pitch, but overall, this save has proved to be just as fun as I hoped it would be, and we are going to get right into things with yet another match today. First of all, I want to go over what has happened in the interim. Let's just look at the schedule here. The last game you guys saw was our season opener against Newtow. That game ended 3-0. It was a wonderful result. Let's see, was that the hat trick from Samaya? Yes, the hat trick from Samaya Moeaga. Oof, that was fun. Since then, results have been mixed, and they have required a bit of tactical skullduggery, as it were. And we'll get into that in a bit, but one of the first things I want to chat about is that a big reason for this dip in form has been injuries to various different folks. James Lapaya went down. We'll just look at his injury history here. He was out for 6 weeks with a sports hernia. Suffered that injury immediately after the end of that Newtow game, guys. And so he has been, I think he's been back for maybe 1 or 2 matches, but he was out for a significant period with that sports hernia, and that really affected the quality of our attacking play. As you can see there, over these 3 matches here, we scored 1 goal. That was a big problem, and I really strongly feel that Lapaio's absence played a huge role in that. We also saw our our best defender go down with an injury as well. Ali Nasi Salau had a pulled hamstring that put him out for 4 weeks. He suffered that in May, and he is really only just coming back from that injury now. I think he's more than fit enough to take part in today's action. Let's just check, just double check. I've already set the lineup here, but yeah, with the condition of 95, he should be all right. We may have to limit him to 60 minutes or so of action. I think that's what my assistant told me my physio told me in the fitness test. Yeah, limited to 60 minutes of action. But Salau should be back. This should be his first match back. And then we did have one other significant injury. It's slightly less dramatic than the other 2, but Alapua Lipua, who has been our central midfield complement to Pearson, he had a facial injury that required him. He suffered that in training during. There was a bit of a break earlier in June, and so I kind of amped up the intensity of training, and he suffered this in training. He was only out for 6 days in the end, but we did have to have him wear a facial protection mask. So that's what there is to report in terms of injuries. Not too many of them, but they were to significant players, and so that was a big part of this dip. Just to go over these results in more detail, this Tamanuku match was very disappointing. The press warned me in advance that I was not favored to win. I still had really hoped that, given how well you guys saw we performed against Newtow, that we'd be, getting a result here. But we coughed up 2 early goals, and that was that against Tamanuku, who are not a strong side, and so it was disappointing to see that result. Now, the next game was a 1-1 draw against Nui. At the time, I was quite disappointed because we gave up a very late goal, Takatasi Leva in the 87th minute. I was fuming, guys, because Samaya Moeaga had put us in front within 15 minutes. I would really hope that we were going to collect all 3 points. However, with the benefit of hindsight, Nui are now in second place, and that is one of only the result that we got against them was only one of 4 matches in which they've dropped points at all. They're second in the table, just behind Tofaga. They've been a very strong side this season, and so for us to have got a draw like that against them was excellent. Now, the result against Hamiamimi, no excuses, and this game was really sort of a watershed moment when I realized, okay, we have some problems here and we need to sort them out. As I mentioned, Lapaio's absence was problematic. Actually, Lapaio was just back for this match. She returned in this match against Hamiamimi, it appears. Or was this before his injury? No, this must have been after he came back. But he could not help the situation. We were we gave up a very, very early goal, and then Hamiamimi just clung on. We never managed to work our way back into the game. A bunch of their defenders came in with 7.2s. Our attacking partnerships just couldn't function. I pulled off Samaya Moeaga a little bit too early, which is, in retrospect, probably a mistake, but I believe we had a bunch of fixture congestion, so I had to sort of make a calculated decision. In the end, without him, we couldn't come back in the second half. And so that required some sort of tactical refocusing. I didn't make major changes, but one of the things that I've mentioned in the last couple episodes is I've really thought about, okay, how do I want to use Tofikai Pearson? And I've decided that it's sort of a waste to have him as a ball-winning midfielder because he's not being involved in the attack as much. So what I've done is I've changed his position to a central midfielder. He's still on defend duty, so he's largely still a defender, but now he'll be spending more time on the ball, more of a holding role, and in more of a partnership with Lipua, who's an advanced playmaker on support. So he'll sort of be drifting forward a fair bit with Pearson kind of tucking into this role here. But there's another thing about this tactic that I want to show you guys, which is that because Pearson is quite good as an advanced playmaker himself, I have set, as you can see here, Pearson and Lapayo to swap positions, and so they will intermittently and have been intermittently changing positions throughout the match. I do just want to show you one more thing. Lapayo, I've decided to switch him because we've just changed Lipua to an advanced playmaker. I've changed Lapayo over to an attacking midfielder, which I think is sort of his physicals sort of create some problems there because the attacking midfielder role does run a bit more. But I think we're taking advantage more of that really good first touch ability that he has. So I don't know. It seems to have been more successful, and Lapayo has returned from his injury, and in this new tactic, he's been functioning a lot better. And as you can see, guys, the results, while we have still coughed up a lot more goals at the back, which is worrying. We've scored more. Our attack has been working much more functionally. We got a great draw against Nauti, one of the better teams in our division. It was a 2-2 result in the end, with Samaya Moeaga scoring a last-second equalizer to scupper Nauti's chances, and that has really begun a tailspin that Nauti have fallen. They were sort of upper mid-table, and I think now they're near the bottom of the A-Division. They're really in poor form. They are at the bottom, granted with a couple, 1 or 2 games in hand on teams above them, but Nauti have really sort of spun out of control since we got that great draw against them. Then we got an even better result against league leaders Tofaga. It was 4-3. The lead changed hands, I think, 3 or 4 times. Okielani Semaya got things started in the 22nd minute, putting Tofaga in front. 3 minutes later, Taumafai Tui equalized for us. It was a great response to going down. Then at 41 minutes, Samaya Moeaga put us in front. I was delighted. I thought, we've scored right before halftime. We're going to go on. We're going to get this result. But however, then Teolime Kamtaura, who has been one of the better players in the A-Division this season. Let's see if we can bring up his stats because he's been fantastic. That's probably the best player in the division. 9 appearances, 11 goals, 6 assists. He's only been player of the match once, which is shocking. 81% passing percentage, average rating of 8.07. He's really been lighting the A-Division on fire. Teolime Kamtaura and Tofaga can consider themselves lucky to have him. At any rate, 1 minute later, he equalized for Tofaga to bring things level again, and I thought, oh, well, damn, there's everything changed over. Instead of us bringing a goal into halftime, it's Tofaga who have done it. And they were the next to score as well, as you can see in the 62nd minute. Kamtara got his second, and I thought, well, that's it. We've given them the lead back. The league leaders are going to take all 3 points against this. We've played well. I was proud of the lads for having, even just given them that. However, there was more to come, guys. As one of my sort of throw him on, he needs some match sharpness kind of substitutions actually came good, guys. Tuvaluan A-Division, who I believe had an injury himself that he had to grapple with. Let me see if he was out with strained ligaments for 2 months back between February and April. So he was out for that first match that you guys saw against Newtown. Well, he's back, and he scored the equalizer on 74 minutes. Then Taumafai Tui. Absolutely legendary performance from this guy. Let me turn off the sound here, as much as I'd love to hear the sound, because the fans went absolutely nuts. Tui, 4th goal for Hell's Teeth, his 2nd of the day, to give us the victory over Tofaga. I was absolutely losing my shit, guys. It was fantastic stuff. Really, really pulled us out of this funk that we'd had here. 4 goals. I was delighted with our prowess in front of goal. Obviously a little worrying that we've conceded 3. But it was, I think, a good start. Then against Pioneer, our most recent match, we did have some struggles early on, and this has been a recurring theme throughout this year with Hell's Teeth in the A-Division. Having a poor first half, giving up early goals, and then having to fight our way back into the game. Now, with the right team talk, I can motivate my ambitious team to sort of try and do just that, fight their way back into the game. And that's what we did against Pioneer. Lipua and Pitaya, putting them 2 goals up after a half an hour, but then Samaya Moeaga have the deficit. We brought that result, that 2-1 scoreline into halftime, and then James Lapayo, continuing his great return from injury, managed to get an equalizer in the 65th minute, and we hung on from there. This was a challenging match, in no small part because Alapua Lipua had just suffered that facial injury, so I was using him, wearing that protective equipment. You could obviously see that his vision was very limited. Well, that's one of the fun things about FM, is that you don't get in other games. Cough, FIFA, cough. But you really see the effect that various little things have on players. Lipua was doing things that he never ever does, and it was transparent that was because of his injury. So he's recovered from that now, though. We've had a bit of a break since that game against Pioneer, and we are now about to take on Luamotu, who have really been a surprise team in the division, guys, and that is why I wanted to show this match rather than our upcoming Independence Cup game, because Luamotu are currently in 4th place. They have won 3, drawn 2, and drawn 2, which doesn't sound that great. However, they do have a pretty good goal difference, and with a few games in hand on the teams above them, they could presumably be up and around this region in the near future, unless, of course, we get a win against them today, and that is what we're hoping to do, guys. This is a big match. You wouldn't notice it from just only looking at the left side of this table, Luamotu in 4th and us in 9th, but look, we're only 2 points behind them. With a win, we will jump all the way up into 4th place. So that's why I really wanted to show this game, is I think this is a critical turning point in the season. Is this going to be the time that we sort of just drift around in mid-table, kind of hanging out near the bottom? Or is this the start of something? Is this the beginning of us moving up into the upper echelons of the table, maybe even making a pursuit of Nui for this OFC Champions League qualification spot, which is 2nd. I'm a little baffled as to why it's not showing here. Does it say in rules? I guess not. Well, you guys will have to take my word for it, but the top 2 teams from the Tuvaluan A-Division do go to the Champions League. So, and that really is our goal. If we don't get there, we don't get there. This is a pretty poor squad overall, but with some transfers maybe over the summer, who knows? Maybe this is the year. Maybe we can start the climb to the top early. So I do just want to go over a few updates, and these won't take as long as this sort of the sort of schedule analysis did. The team report has been updated to reflect a lot of our stats from this year. We've gotten a lot of our assists through balls, and they have been that has been a real benefit. Is Pearson, Lapio are really good at sort of sending these through balls in to find the feet of Tui and or Samaya Moeaga, and that's been a key component in the sort of tactic juggling that I mentioned earlier. Our passing success has been pretty good, which the board are a little confused by, because I did tell them that we would be a more direct team, so it's a little confusing. Again, given that our lack of quality in our defense, we've tackled very, very well, which is good to see. Our players are dribbling relatively well. Again, a bit of a surprise. A lot of surprises in how we've played. I'm not sure what's going on with that. But as you can see, there are things, there are shoots of hope from this very difficult start to the season that we've had. You look at it and you say, well, you've only won one game since that season opener against Newtown, but I felt like in all of these matches, with perhaps the exception of the Hamiamimi game when we were just abject, we didn't ever look like we were going to equalize. I really felt like we were the better team in a lot of these matches, including against Tafaga, who were the league leaders and still are. So I do feel like we shouldn't discount how well we've done in that area. Let's just go briefly over the board confidence screen. I showed this in episode 2, so let's just show it here at 8 or so matches into the year. As far as the competition evaluation goes, they're satisfied with our overall performance. Really, they expected us to finish bottom, so they're not terribly excited. The fans are really pleased with the results we're getting. They like the entertaining soccer that's been played of late. I mean, hey, ditto. The board feel it's too early to comment on the club's stature. Obviously, it's the middle of season 1. Transfers, they're still pretty happy with how everybody is doing. They're a little bit irritated about club philosophies, and that comes back to what I mentioned, guys, about the sort of possession and passing style of our play. Really, they wanted us to play direct, and that was something that we agreed on with them in there, and we've also very, very much struggled to get goals from set pieces, and I think bringing in a set piece specialist once the summer transfer window opens up is something that we will certainly be considering doing. I love this little bit here. Supporter spokesman Mafoa Samaya has reported that fans were dancing long into the night following Hell's Teeth's 4-3 Tuvaluan A-Division victory over Tufaga. I was dancing well into the night as well, let me assure you. So let's just briefly go over to the finances screen. We are, as predicted, steadily increasing our balance. There's nothing major to report on the finances front, just that we are remaining stable, and I am periodically putting in requests for the club to switch over to semi-professional. I'm not expecting the board to agree to anything anytime soon, but with the financial projection looking pretty good, we're supposed to be up to £58.32 thousand by the end of the 2018 season. I think we're in relatively good shape here, guys. Relatively good shape. And then once we switch to semi-pro, then we can start sort of looking to expand our scouting knowledge and bring in people from other parts of the Pacific and indeed of the rest of the world. So anyway, let's just get into this match here, guys. I have set up some tactical stuff here. Valuaga stays in goal. Pataya, Silao, and Masolia Ete are our defenders. Silao, of course, just returning from that injury, and hopefully he'll be able to make it all the way through the match. If not, Tel Kawea Filioma filled in for him while he was out, and he can come in as a substitute if necessary. Etimoni Eti and Tele Tiute are our wingers. Tiute just seems to be a lucky charm. He's an awful player, both attribute-wise and in terms of his star rating. But we just seem to get results when he's on the pitch. He just seems to give us a bit of solidity over on the left. I'm not sure what it is about him, but I like using him, despite the fact that he is ill-suited to the position, has a poor star rating, has poor attributes. I don't know what it is. We just seem to win when he's in there. Maybe it's just a good luck charm. Then we have Lipua and Pearson, as I mentioned. They will swap these roles throughout the match. And then our standard attacking trio of James Lapaio, Taumafai Tui, and Samaya Moeaga up ahead in attack. So let's get into this match here. We will be playing against Luamotu, as I mentioned, guys. It's an okay pitch. I believe it's been relayed since we last spoke, since episode 2. 71 degrees, which is right in that nice, comfortable 20 to sort of 25-ish degrees Celsius range. I'm not sure. Correct me if I'm wrong. Put a comment in saying, "Hey, yard offside. Get it together. You can't calculate Fahrenheit to Celsius for shit." We do have he's refereed 19 matches, only 11 yellow cards. That's not too strict. Generally, in Tuvalu, the referees are very lenient. You don't see a lot of yellow cards, I've noticed. With the exception of, I think, one referee who gives out maybe like 2.5 cards a game, which is still pretty lenient. All right, so let's get into the match here, guys. Again, playing with some people who don't have match sharpness, just a consequence of being an amateur outfit. I believe Hell's Teeth have enough quality to see off Luamotu. Katepa Fakasega will be a big miss for Luamotu. I guess there's an injury on their end. We are the favorites with the bookies. Luamotu 3-1 to get a win. I'm hoping that's not going to happen. We need 3 points from this to jump all the way up the table and then sort of use that as a building block. Key man for us, Samaya Moeaga. He's had 7 goals thus far this year. He's a critical component in our attack, and we need him to come good for us today. So, the pep talk, guys. As we have discussed, this is an ambitious squad. They like to be told that they're doing well, and criticizing them can be useful. A team such as ours should be winning this match. Do I want to put that much pressure on them? Well, didn't get much of a result with that. It was always going to be a risky decision, giving them that team talk. But I like to take chances, I guess. All right. Come on, lads. Let's get this result against Luamotu here. Luamotu, one of the teams that I created for this save. Luamotu is a very small islet in the Funafuti Atoll. It's in the southern side of the atoll. So I sort of just figured, all right, they represent southern Funafuti, Luamotu. There's a wolf in their logo, thus you'll see them referred to as the Wolves. Tiute can launch a counterattack here. Moeaga, that's a wayward ball. Hopefully this will be cut out. Oof, nope. Pataya lets it drift over his head, and they have scored the opener. Yet another early conceded goal here. Looks like Silao is the goal scorer for Luamotu here. Pitaya, a horrific defensive mistake. Pretty dreadful goalkeeping from Valuaga. Silao slots it away. Defenders were just flat-footed, standing in motion. That was really poor. Valuaga collects that ball. Is this our highlight? Or Tiute gets ahead to it. Lapaio, Tui, Moeaga. Moeaga gets it out to the wing. Will Tiute be able to whip a ball in? No, but he's found Lapaio. Tui from distance. It's good to prove that he has his shooting boots on. He's got that on target, but it is easily saved by Luamotu's goalkeeper. Masolia Eti will cut that out. Pearson, now Etemoni Eti on the right wing. Moeaga, Tui, Pearson, Lipua, Lapaio. Good passing. Moeaga's onside. Oh, he is offside. He has been flagged offside. So that's our equalizer. Ruled ineligible. We do have some numbers forward here. Lapaio with a bit of space. Tui in the middle. That one is not coming back. Tui equalizes for us in the 18th minute. It's a good counter-attacking goal, the sort that we promised the board that we would be scoring. Great to see. Good ball in from Lapaio, who was, I think, near the top of the A-Division assists table, if not at the top. We'll have to check that. if I remember correctly, he had all four assists in that Tofikai game when we dramatically won. Lipua with a good ball over the top for Moeaga. Looks like he's got Tui in the middle. Lapayo! And we've gone in front. It's a 2-minute bang, bang, double. Bang, bang, double. That's right. I feel like that's the sort of language that you are not permitted to use at a family function. But we can use it here in this FM video here, guys, because we are 2-1 up after giving up the early goal. Playing well now, really finding these counter-attacking goals to come easily. Lapayo now on the left. There's numbers in front. Tui, he can find Moeaga in front of him. Moeaga! Oh, it's a good save from their goalkeeper. We are really finding our feet now, and just in time as well. Pearson, still not much success from set pieces for us. Lipua with winning a ball well in the midfield, and now Tui. I love how all of these goals are coming from counters. That's exactly what we want to see. Eti, Lipua, Tui, Lapayo. Oh, Lapayo probably should have looked to find the feet of Moeaga, who was running into a channel to his right. Instead, he took the shot first time on his own, and he's missed it. It's a shame to see, but you know, he has scored one already today. You can't really fault him for wanting to give it a shot. I do worry about our defense at the other end, though. So if we have chances, we need to take them. Ugh. That's a gilt-edged opportunity for Luamotu to get an equalizer there, but they've wasted that opportunity. Lapayo, Moeaga, oh, just a cute little cross in from Lapayo, who looks so much better as an attacking midfielder. And Moeaga puts that away. Is that a goal for each of our front three? I believe it might be. One for Tui, one for Lapayo, and one for Samaya Moeaga. That would be a first for this season. Each of the front three getting a goal in the same match. Something about these live comms, guys, just makes Hell's Teeth play a little bit better than when I'm just playing on my own. And it's good to see. Can Moeaga get to this? Oh, he has got to it. And it's a penalty. He's brought down by the Luamotu defender, and we have a chance in the 42nd minute to really put this one to bed. Yeah, yellow card for time wasting or interfering with the play for Luamotu's. Man, didn't see his name. Childish behavior. Very childish. I would never do that. Never. Moeaga scores. Beautiful stuff. And we are 4-1 up. Loving the fact that this tactic is really now finally starting to create some goals. Their goalkeeper trying to put Moeaga off. Dives the right way, but just too much pace on that penalty. And we are up 3 goals. Up by 3 goals, I should say. We've scored 4. You guys can read. I mean, maybe some of you can't. Maybe some of you are illiterate and you really appreciate when I read you what's on the scoreboard. Leave a comment if you cannot read, because obviously if you can read, then you can probably write. Wow. Logic fail here at Yard Offside FM. Guys, I don't think there's any reason for us to be doing a substitution. That's for certain. I don't want the players to switch off, but I know that if I tell them, hey, don't switch off, they're probably gonna get mad at me for even suggesting that they might do that. I guess let's just praise them like my assistant suggests. They better not switch off. I swear to God, if this ends up in a 4-4 draw, I will literally delete this save. I will literally delete this save, you guys. This will be the last episode of the Triumph. All right, here we go. The second half has begun. Silao plays that back to Valawaga. Let's just defend this as best we can here, guys. Wow. All it takes is for Moeaga to pursue their right back, and he just gives away a throw-in. How Luamotu were ever leading in this game is just beyond me. That reminds me, how is Silao doing in terms of condition? He's doing very well at 79. He may not make it all the way into the game, and that's just a gift of a corner that they did not need to give away. I bet we score here. Pearson. Eti. Looked like he did have a free header, but the Luamotu defender gets to it first, and so that's not quite going to happen. We do have a highlight here. It looks like for Luamotu. Ooh, Tini Lau. There it is. There it is. The first of 3 second-half goals for Luamotu on their way to a triumphant 4-4 draw. Exactly what I was concerned about. I mean, it is a bit of a screamer, but that should be saved. It should be saved by Valawaga. It's another bit of shabby goalkeeping from them. Very concerning. We do have a highlight here, but I'm going to make a change first. We need to, I think, shake things up. Obviously, nothing wrong in the attack here, but I think you could make the argument that, well, it's not really indicating who's been at fault. Well, Pataya has been pretty dreadful. Perhaps let's bring on Filioma just to relieve him of his duties, because he has been a bit of a liability, hasn't he? I wonder how many mistakes he's committed. Do I want to know? Filioma really not well suited to the center back position. He's naturally a defensive midfielder. I do have him working on center back stuff in training, but progress has been a little bit slow with him. He did okay, I guess, as a fill-in for Silao while he was out. He wasn't bad. He wasn't awful. All right, so let's see what's in this highlight here. Pearson with the throw that goes straight to Tini Lau. Oh dear. Come on, boys. Just make a tackle. Clear it out. Alisana whips it in. Oh, no. Oh, it's 4-3. Oh, Tofikai Pearson brings them within 1. Oh, it's just inexcusable. Who was that? I think that may have been Pataya again, just letting his man run past him. That was so poor. Oh. Well, now we've got to just hold on. I don't want to switch over to a more defensive mentality just quite yet, but we may have to do it at some point here, guys. Oh. Really, just atrocious stuff. Should I bring on Katagali? He did get that goal against Tafaga. I think the circumstances here are different, though. I should probably just bring on a winger to make sure that we have somebody who's fully fit over on the wing. Let's bring on Kolone Moeaga. It's been a while since we've seen him. And I don't think Tiute has been outstanding today. Oh, my God. I said I was going to delete this save, and I'm inclined to keep my word on that. Oh, 2 second-half goals. Exactly what I feared would happen. I knew that if I told the players, hey, don't switch off, they'd be mad at me for even suggesting that they would do that. But look, they're switching off. I mean, we were 3 goals up, 3 goals clear, and hopefully Valawaga gets to this. He has. Oh. Samaya Moeaga holds the ball up well. Eti on the right. There's no rush. Just chuck it down the field for Tui. Oh, no. Oh, no. Takatea Filioma does well to recycle possession there. Filioma looks for Tui, but Tui's giving it away to Tini Lau. Ball over the top for Sieni. Oh, please clear it out, fellas. Oh. Oh, no. Oh. Tofikai Pearson with another goal to level the score here. It is 4-4. Luamotu have recovered from a 3-goal deficit at halftime. And that is just inexcusable goalkeeping from Joshua Valawaga. Well, I may have to make up my mind about deleting the save. Tui, Lipua. This may be our highlight. Plenty of goals in this one. I guess that's a good thing. Ball falls for Moeaga. Pearson on his horse. Lipaio, Moeaga. Oh, that's got to be a better finish. Moeaga had way more time than I think he thought he did. Really, we needed him to be more patient and just slot that away. Oh, boy. Maybe we'll lose this match. That would be just outstanding, wouldn't it? Tuvaluan gives up a corner when really they had no business. Oh. Maybe I should bring on Katagali, huh? One man just wrecking crew. He did it against Tafaga, why not here? It's Samaya Moeaga is clearly not putting away the chances that he needs to. So let's try it. We'll bring on Katagali. We'll see what he can do. I'm going to tell him, you know what, lad? I believe in you. You can do it. I have faith in you. It is still Luamotu's highlight, though. Moeaga finds Lipua, tries to launch it for, looks like that was Lipaio. Doesn't find anybody, though. Katagali has come on, and there are 5 minutes left. Filioma puts that on target, but it's a relatively straightforward save for the Luamotu goalkeeper. Should I switch this over? No, I don't want to get caught on the break. I'd rather just, frankly, it's sad to say, but I'd rather not risk it. It looks like there will be one more highlight before the final whistle here. Lipaio's won it on the wing. He looks for Katagali, but it's cut out by the defense. Pearson, Katagali maybe, but this should be recovered by Lipua, the Luamotu goalkeeper, and it looks like it is going to finish 4-4 here, guys. Really disappointing to see things end in this fashion, as Lipua does have possession, looks for the long ball. It is full-time, 4-4. We have coughed up an outstanding winning position, being up 4-1. This is an inexcusable result. My assistant thinks we should tell them that they've been unlucky. As I mentioned earlier, you don't always get great results when you give an ambitious team the blow-dryer treatment. I guess we will just tell them that it wasn't our day. I'm gutted, guys. I'm really gutted. Up 4-1. Absolutely not the sort of second half that we should have had, and I saw it coming. I said, if we, if this finishes in a 4-4 draw, I'll delete the save. I don't think I am going to delete the save, guys. I'm going back on my word. But honestly, that is just shocking lack of composure. We're looking at looking at a little bit of training progress here for Eti. I think we've just got to bring this shit show to a close here, guys. I'm not sure. I haven't had a chance to look at the schedule. I've just been sort of cranking these matches out. Luamotu holding us to a point on the day. We do have the Independence Cup coming up. I think we're going to skip over that. If we make it to the group stage of that, then we'll chat about it and maybe show a game or two, and I'll explain why there is a group stage, but we'll leave that decision for a later day. I think for the time being, we'll look at either Nui or maybe Nauti, maybe one of these games in this region. Nanumaga are having a pretty good year. Manu Live, I think, are okay. So one of these matches somewhere in and around late July. So hopefully we'll be back soon. Thank you for watching this episode, guys. I'm going to go drink myself into a stupor. That is it for today. Please like, please subscribe, and please come back for episode 4 of The Triumph.